Alright, so this is my first actual review of an episode for The Penguins of Madagascar. Now, I'm just going to say right here, right now, there may be spoilers here. So, if anyone doesn't want any spoilers, I'm going to give you a moment to leave, alright? Because I don't want to ruin anything for anyone, alright? Okay, anyway. First off, I'm just going to say this is my own personal opinion, and I'm not trashing anyone else's. And Lord knows we've had enough of that on the site lately. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to complain about that anymore. It's done, it's over, it's buried, moving on. So, right now I'm going to review the episode Terror on Madagascar, the new one of the new ones. Now, the reason I'm not going to review the one about the squirrels is because I didn't care much for that one, sorry to say. So anyway, this episode, what can I say about it? All I can say is, this episode, how should I put it? I can honestly say it's making it into one of my favorite episodes right now. For one thing, well, for several factors actually. One thing is the baby Fusa itself. It was adorable. I mean, come on, the way he squeaked and squealed throughout the episode, just simply adorable. And Julian's paranoia. You see a total different side to him. Normally he's the fun-loving king like everyone else, like everyone expects him to be. But in this one, he was genuinely terrified and paranoid. You can tell that if there's a threat that big, that's got even Julian spooked, you know it's something either really stupid or something really big. And in this case, well, it kind of worked on his stupidity instead. So anyway, what should I say? Oh yeah, so he's trying everything he can to get rid of this baby Fusa. Now, even the penguins won't help him. I mean, come on, why would they? I know they've helped him in the past, but in this case, they probably... It was a total overreaction on his part, I will say that. So now then... Sorry guys. So anyway, so after several failed attempts, Julian gets the idea of transferring an animal. At first, we're led to believe it's the baby Fusa that's being transferred, especially when you see Julian putting the baby Fusa's crate in the garage. And we're thinking, you know, that's what he's been doing. That's what he's trying to do. But instead, it turns out he was bringing in one of the baby Fusa's predators. And in this case, it turned out to be Savio, the boa constrictor. When that happened, I was like, whoa! Now this is awesome! Yeah, come on. It was already a good episode, and just bringing Savio into the middle of it, I think that gave it a boost. A real big one. I especially love how cold-hearted Savio pretty much is in this episode. It just goes to show you that he does not discriminate about who he eats. No, he's willing to eat females because you see him eat Marlene in The Big Squeeze. And in this, he's actually willing to eat a baby. A baby. This guy is willing to eat a baby. I mean, come on. I know Savio is awesome enough as it is, but come on, seeing him like this now, I have to say, it definitely gives him a lot more street cred. Because, come on, that's what makes a perfect villain, making them cold-hearted. And in Savio's case, it definitely worked, because he's already cold-blooded as it is. But now he's cold-blooded in two senses. Of course, he was already, but that's neither here or there, so... Moving on, it pretty much ends with Savio being beaten by a baby. yeah, the baby Fusa eventually turns on Savio and begins biting on him. It's just a perfect sense of irony. Savio, this big old predator who loves eating small mammals, now has a small mammal suddenly trying to eat on him. So, yeah, irony, definitely a plus. So, and the episode ends on a kind of a sad note with the baby having to leave. I have to say that, Julian slowly getting attached to the little guy was perfect. Especially at the very end when the little guy actually tried to eat Julian's head. And you begin to realize, oh, he's matured. He's a meat eater now. So, overall, it was a really good episode. And there are also a few more things I would like to state about it. For one thing, I have to state a few of the really random couple of the really random moments. For example, in the beginning when Julian is escaping where they were holding the party, trying to get away from the baby Fusa, we see him lifting up Bert's tail, and we see him coming out of Bert's mouth. I'm thinking, okay, I really don't want to see that. So, what more to say? Oh, yeah. See, another thing I really love is a common problem I have with some of the human characters, especially the character Alice. When she was asked, what do Fusas eat? And she says, how should I know? Or I don't know, or I don't know. It just goes to show me that this woman clearly is incompetent. Of course, we've seen that in a few episodes already. But this woman, if she doesn't know what the animals eat, why does she have this job? And especially a little bit later when Kowalski tells Julian to do his research. I'm thinking, yeah, maybe that's one thing that Alice could do. So, I think that's about all I have to say. So I can say is an episode I liked. It was cute, and I'm thinking it might make its way into my top 10s. It was cute. It was funny, and my biggest factor, it had Savio in it. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. I really love this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to say. Enjoyed my quick little recap on it. So, I'll see y'all later.